Right. Article 16 starts like this. Every citizen can circulate and stay freely in any part of the national territory except for the limitations established by the law in a general way for reasons of security or health. So we can go wherever we like on the Italian territory because this is our collective home. Nobody can stop us except for reasons of legal reasons. And it says established by the law, so it would be the ordinary law, only the Parliament must decide and decide in a general way. So Parliament can't say, the Jews can't go there, or Paolo can't do this or that or the other. Obviously, in the past, the fascists have restricted the movements of dissidents or different cultures, slightly different from the mainstream, like the Jewish religion, and the founding fathers obviously wanted to avoid this, so there must be just parameters in a general way. It says, for reasons of security or health. Maybe somebody is a murderer, has killed somebody and needs their freedom restricted, needs to go to prison. And so that could be a good reason. Or maybe there are terrorists in a building and so the police need to restrict movements into the building. Or maybe health, there's disease in an area, or somebody has mental health problems and needs to be kept in hospital. So there are good health and security reasons. It is the duty of a judge to authorise any specific problem also, and they must give a reason, give their reason and refer to the law. It continues. No restrictions can be determined for political reasons. Okay, and this is also backed up by Article 120, which talks about the regions not being able to stop people, not being able to prevent movements into their territory. This we can see in Article 5, there's this principle, the Republic is single and indivisible, so we should be able to go around without any problem. Now, it's specifically targeted at the regions, in fact, because the regions are given a lot of autonomy to become very different and encouraged, diversity is encouraged. And the danger there is you have independence movements which sees advantages for a region to become independent, like La Lega Nord tried to do this, have this as its political objectives for the north of Italy, wanted the north of Italy to become independent because it saw economic advantages there, but also cultural diversity. So there is a danger of that with this encouragement of diversity and autonomy of the regions. But here it says, you can't restrict people's movements. So that would be very difficult. You can't have independence without, a border, a proper border. But it is specifically targeted also at stopping authority, restricting movement of dissidents and people that are against it, or people that are very different for any of these reasons, illegitimate reasons that aren't about security and health. Right, there is another caveat where, if the public service can stop its employees going in different parts of the territory to work in another part of the public administration because of the buon andamento of the public service. So this is another reason it can stop people moving by actually stopping them going and working in another part of the territory in the public administration for reasons of the good workings of the administration. Then it continues, every citizen is free to leave the territory of the Republic and re-enter as long as they have the law, they respect the obligations of the law. So they've got to respect the obligations of the law, or they can't. Yeah, so obviously we are free to go abroad and to come back. By the way, this doesn't include foreigners. So foreigners have no right to stay or circulate in the territory or even enter the territory. That's one specific detail of this article. Often the articles before apply to foreigners too, but this right doesn't. But obligations for law would be we've got to fulfil the paperwork like the passport or identity card, and maybe have other certificates guaranteeing our health or whatever. All the obligations of the law must be fulfilled, obviously.